felt like, okay, if you're going to be a successful team, you need these magical moments. But I don't think there have been enough of those this year. And when the Nationals came right back and won the game in walk-off fashion, you sort of hung your head a little bit and thought, well, is that magic not there? I think we've seen a lot of those great moments over the last couple of seasons, and we had a chance to see one there, so they just have not had success against the Nationals.
We've got to play consistently good baseball. You can't go out and get swept in a series and expect to work your way back to 500. That's where we need to get as a start. If we can continue to do that, then we'll see where we are in relation to everybody else.
Curious to see is if they can play the game the way they wanted to initially, and that is get consistent 7 innings type efforts from their starters, real clean kind of 6, 7, 8 outs from their relievers, and continue to pound the ball. The offense has been great all season long. If they're able to do that and combine that great hitting with the pitching they thought they were going to get, they will go on a run.
Every championship team or team that gets to the playoffs, there is a 10-game winning streak or several 7, 8-game winning streaks in there. Do I think this team is capable of doing it? Absolutely. But it's got to be against the better teams. You can't continue to beat up against the lesser teams and expect to just stay afloat.
I think, honestly, the uncertainty, the range of possibilities that could happen is, I think, what is most fascinating. There's about a month left before the trade deadline. I think that kind of crossroads of they've played a little bit better recently. They still have the long odds to make the playoffs. They have all these guys that are going to be free agents at the end of the season. Just the range of possibilities, I think, is what's actually really fascinating. And honestly, some of this stuff could really change in a matter of a week or days.
We haven't seen this team be a seller in a few years now, really since 2012, 2013, when they were out of it pretty quickly. So how the Mets handle that, how Sandy Alderson handles that, does he go out and kind of shop around every single guy who's going to be a free agent, because the Mets have a lot of them. It's going to be really interesting. It's something that the fans here haven't had to see, haven't had to deal with in a while, and unless the Mets go on a run pretty quickly, it's going to be a different sort of second half for the Mets.
Around third comes Harper. Lagares has thrown to the plate on a hop, and he's out at the plate.
If you're a true fan, you're going to keep believing in the team you love, and it doesn't matter what's happening, you're going to root for that team no matter what. Not just when the team's having success or when the team's doing really good things. Now, I'm a firm believer in that. I believe in you stick with whatever you set out to go out and achieve. And if you're a fan and you set out to love this team, then you should stick with us through the ups and the downs.
He drives one to deep left field. Back goes Williams, back near the wall. It's out of here. T.J. Rivera.
We've had a lot of injuries, but I think we're still playing good baseball and we're still giving the fans some exciting baseball. Obviously, we're not where we set out to be in the beginning of the year, but all we can really do is keep playing and just hope for the best.
I understand where we stand. I understand our record. You can also turn that around and play that much better in the second half. Things happen in our game. That's what makes it great. The dark cloud that's hanging over your head can break off, and you can start having big days ahead, and that's what we're planning on doing.